On tape 20, we will be continuing our work with decimals. We'll be working with decimal application problems, and we'll be using formulas to find the area and the circumference of a circle. As you're viewing the tape, take careful notes. If I explain a concept or do a problem that you don't understand, find a tutor for some help. Stop the tape and get some help. To begin with in our work today, we will start with decimal application problems. The decimal application problems should be pretty easy for you because you're very comfortable using decimals in applications because we use decimals all the time with money. When you're talking about dollars and cents, you're using whole numbers and hundreds. So in almost everything we do, we're dealing with money. So we're using decimal applications. Also, many measurements are done with decimals, so we have lots of applications that involve that too. Well, let's begin. Before we actually look at some problems, I thought we'd take each operation and talk about words we need to look for in trying to decide what to do in a problem. When an application problem tells us to add, many times you see one of these four words. Your problem might say find the sum, find the total, combine, or join. These are words that give us the idea that we're supposed to add. Let's look at some subtraction keywords. When you're subtracting, you are often finding the difference between two numbers. Sometimes you're taking something away, or maybe you're going to cut off a portion. Maybe you're going to cut off a piece of material. Or you might do something and you're asked how much is left. Maybe you're going to pay bills out of your checking account, and after you pay those bills, we want to know how much money is left in the checking account. That's the key to subtract. Often in subtraction, we're comparing two items. We're trying to see how the two things relate to each other. How much shorter is one thing than another? How much longer? How much more does something weigh? Any kind of comparison is going to be subtraction. Multiplication and division don't have as many key words, so they're a little bit tougher, but there's still some things that help us. If when we're doing, or when we read the problem, it appears that we're repeatedly adding the same number over and over, or we're repeatedly working with the same thing, then that's a good chance we have a multiplication problem. Also in multiplication, we sometimes are finding a part of something. The word of means to multiply if we're being asked to find a part of something. For example, we might be told that 6/10 of the students passed the test. If we know how many students we have, maybe 6/10 of the 20 students passed the test. How many passed the test? We'd be finding a part of the total number of students. 6/10 of the total. So that would tell us to multiply. So if you're finding a part of something, it's a multiplication problem. Let's think about division a minute. When we're dividing, we're repeatedly taking away things. So if you're subtracting or doing the same thing over and over, then that's, if you're, in this case, repeatedly taking it away, it's division. Or if you're cutting something up into equal portions, it's like you're dividing it up into equal portions. Also in division, sometimes you're calculating a rate. Like you might be asked to find the miles per hour. are the gallons per mile. Anytime the number of words you can type per minute. Whenever you're doing a reg or finding the number of things you can do in one something, then that's going to be a division problem. Let's look at some examples. The first example deals with money. Just as I said, we can't go very far without running across some money that involves dollars and cents. Queenie eats dog food that costs about $2.95 a pound. If she eats 1.25 pounds a day, how much does it cost to feed her per week? Now, if you look at this problem carefully, you'll see there's a little more to it than you might first think. We're being told how much the dog food costs a pound, and we're told how many pounds she eats a day, but then we're not asked to find how much it costs to feed her each day. We're asked to find how much does it cost to feed her per week. So we're going to have to do a couple of things here. We're going to have to think about the whole week and the cost. So what we might do is, first of all, if it tells us what she eats a day, well, she's going to eat this. We're saying we're going to feed her the same thing every day. So every single day of the week, she's going to eat 1.25 pounds of dog food. So if she does that every single day for 7 days, that's like the repeated addition we were talking about. So if we multiply by 7, that should tell us how much she eats for the whole week. So I said we're going to find the number of pounds the dog eats in a week, and then we can find how much it's going to cost to feed her. So to find out how many pounds she's going to eat in a week, as I said, she's going to eat 1.25 every single day of that week. So we multiply by 7, and that tells us the number of pounds she eats a week. 7 times 5 is 35. Carry our 3. 2 times 7 is 14, and 3 is 17. Carry our 1. 7 and 1 is 8. We count our decimal places. We have 2. So in a week, she eats 8.75, or 8 pounds and 75 hundredths of another pound of dog food. That's how many pounds it takes for the whole week. Now, our question was, how much did it cost to feed her? So we know how much it cost a pound, and we know how many pounds we've got. So every single pound she ate would cost that much. So again, it's like repeatedly adding. So we're going to have to do some more multiplying. So we've got to take our 2.95 and multiply it by the 8.75. Five times 5 is 25. Carry our 2. 9 times 5 is 45, and 2 is 47. Carry our 4. 5 times 2 is 10, and 4 is 14. Now we need to multiply by 7. 7 times 5 is 35. Carry our 3. 7 times 9 is 63, and 3 is 66. Carry our 6. 2 times 7 is 14, and 6 is 20. Now we have to multiply by our 8. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry our 4. 8 times 9 is 72, and 4 is 76. Carry our 7. 8 times 2 is 16, and 7 is 23. Add all that up, we're going to get 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry our 1. 1 and 4 is 5, and 6 is 11. Carry our 1. 1 and 1 is 2, and 6 is 8. 2 and 3 is 5. 2. Now we need to decide where our decimal point goes. So we have 2 places here and 2 places here, so we need to have 4 in our answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. And This is money. And when we're working with money, we generally round off to the nearest penny. So we've got $25. And we have either 81 cents or 82 cents. Well, we just use our rounding rules. This is in our hundreds place or our pennies place. So we look 1 over at the 2, and that would tell us to keep it a 1. So we'll say it cost us to feed our dog a week $25.81.